The next exercise we're going to do is called double leg stretch, and it's a combination of overhead reach and single leg slide. We're going to once again practice the movements, be aware of our center, and then put it all together. We start to add more complexity into our movements now. So at any point, if this feels too much, please carry on with the previous exercises till you feel that you're able to do this with a bit more confidence and control. So coming to have a lie down on your mat. So make sure you're nice and centered. Oh, let's do this again. I'm going to do it again. Hello everyone, this exercise is called double leg stretch. It's really important before you start this that you feel really comfortable with the other exercises that are already in the introductory course, that you feel you've got awareness of your control and your center with hip twist 1, overhead reach and single leg slide. Just keep practicing those before you come onto this exercise. So have a lie down on your back, finding that center start position. So feet, knees, hip width apart, head and neck long, collarbone soft, ribs nice and heavy, staying centered through that pelvis. I'm going to again show you what the exercise looks like, and then we're going to break it down and then pop it all together again. So this is double leg stretch. Okay, so it's not as hard as it looks. It's just about learning some coordination. And yeah, I am sorry for the people who find it slightly harder to coordinate. You will get there. It's going to be okay. I'll show you a slight modification for those of you that do find it more difficult with the arm movements. This is the modification that you can do. So instead of circling the arms, I will teach them both. You're just going to go forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards. So it's exactly the same exercise. But if you find when you're learning this, that the full arm movement is just too confusing, you're just going to go forwards and backwards. Okay, let's get going. So from here, it's really important that we become aware of our ribs and the centering through our pelvis as we do the movements. When we went into our overhead reach, we learn about the point at which if we go too far, our ribs lift. When we did our single leg slide, we learned the point if we go too far, we really get that hollowness in our back. So you can imagine when we take both points away, that our center can be lost a bit quicker. So as always, let's just see how it feels in our body. So picking one of your legs, do this really gently, just lengthen away as far as you feel comfortable, and just notice what happens. How high are your ribs? How much gap do you have between your back and the mat? Come back, find that center, and then again, do that again. Maybe one side, you stay a little bit more centered, the other you're really hollow, and then find your center. Okay. So we're going to now do the same thing, but we're going to stop with awareness at the point just before you feel that your ribs want to lift up to the ceiling, or either the back, normally it will become hollow. Very rarely will it tip back so there's no air. So we lose that center. So closing your eyes can really help for this. Tuning in to how that feels, checking that you're nice and centered. Slowly allow your arms to go back, and at the same time, you're going to slide that foot away. Just do this slowly, and you'll be aware there's a point at which, if you go beyond it, your ribs start to lift and the small of your back starts to lose its center. If you're not sure if you're there, go a little bit further and see what happens. Come back to the center. Let's do the same side, always recentering, and then practice that again, just lengthening away, arms going back. Just being aware of that point at which you feel yourself come away from your center, come back. We're going to do it once more. Just become aware of that point. Good. Let's practice that on the other side. So recentering yourself. Again, just noticing that point. Coming back, being really kind to yourself. This is brand new, so I'm not expecting you to get this right every single time. It's all about developing your awareness of your center. Seeing if you can become aware of the point where your ribs start to lift. You lose that center position, you start to notice movement in your back. And come back. So, feel free to carry on with those arm movements forwards and back. We're going to just practice again a couple of sides on each leg, and we're going to go into that arm movement that we use in overhead reach. So, trying to time the leg lengthening, the arm going back at the same time, which is really essential. Stopping at that point. And then as the leg comes back, we just circle our arms back to the center. We're going to do the same side again. We're going to lengthen away, arms go back at the same time. As our leg comes back, we're going to circle the arms. Let's change sides. Make sure we're centered. Start with your arms down. We're going to lengthen both away. It's 2 bits of elastic stretching away from our body, but stopping while we stay centered. And then our arms are going to draw those circles to the ceiling and our leg comes back. Now you may notice that your timing is a little bit off, that your arms are moving quicker than your legs. And again, this just improves with practice. Actually, let's just do one more to that side. So everything lengthens away, stay centered, and then we come back and relax. So we're going to practice individual sides to start off with kind of engaging our core, then breath work, and then finally we'll pop it all together into changing legs, which is actually very hard. So from here, we're going to just practice engaging our core, trying to be aware of our control as we do this, and then lengthening, relax the core, engage the inner core again, come back. Let's do that once more, just engaging that core muscle, lengthening away, relaxing the core, still being aware of your control, engage the core muscle, come back, well done. Keeping the arms up, let's just go to the other side, engaging that core, lengthening, engaging that core, come back, engaging that core muscle, just lengthening away, engaging that core muscle, coming back. This time we're going to do it with breath work. Feel free just to continue to practice the level we just did. If you want, you can pop it together with breath work. So we're going to breathe in to engage that deep core muscle, making sure we're in our center position. As we breathe out, we're going to lengthen away. We're going to breathe in, we're going to come back round, same side. We're going to breathe out, core muscle engaged, just gently re-engaging at any time you need, breathing in, coming back. We're going to do it once more on that side, being aware of your center and your ribs, breathing out, breathing in, and lower. Check your center, make any corrections that you need. I'm going to breathe in to engage that core, breathing out, lengthening away, breathing in, coming back. Breathing out, lengthening away. Breathing in, coming back. Breathing out, lengthening away. Breathing in, coming back. Well done, and have a rest. Now I would suggest just carrying on and keep practicing that till you feel you've got your coordination. Till you feel comfortable that you're aware of your center. As always, if the breath work is just a bit too confusing, as long as you're engaging that core muscle, I'm really happy. Checking as you get more confident that you've got lovely control, that we're trying not to brace. Once you're happy with that, let's go into practicing changing over our legs. Now, this is the first time you're not going to be feeling around the hips as you move, which means that you have to, with your mind and the rest of your body, have awareness of any rocking that can happen as you change your legs. Okay, so it's really common. Sometimes I imagine if you're kind of just trying to walk down the deck of like a ship, and if it's really still, there's no rocking. But if there's even the tiniest movement, we can kind of feel like we're rocking side to side. And the stiller we are throughout the movement, the more control we have and the stronger we are getting. But I know I keep saying this, it just takes time and practice. So we're not going to worry about breathing or engaging our core for the first few. We're just going to practice the movement and then we're going to put it all together. So starting off centered, lengthening everything away from your body, stopping the feel before you lose your center. Coming back. As you come to this point, pause. Really visualize maybe that deck of the ship or the tray of drinks. Very slowly move your other leg. That gives you time to have control. As you slide that foot back, pause, see how still you can be through your center. Slowly start to release the foot, lengthen away. Bring that foot back, pause, bring that foot to rest with control. Slowly change your legs. The changeovers in Pilates are so important. People often rush the changeover, and then even at an advanced level, they still lack this control. So taking the time here is really going to benefit you. How still can you be? Other side. Let's start with engaging your core. So try to engage your core during that movement if you can. Engage that core. Engage that core. Engage in the core. Being okay if it lets go, but just trying to re-engage it. Engage in that core. And then rest. Well done. Just again, just see where is your center. Does it feel like you've lost it? Just make that note. And when you practice it again, it will get better and better. So once again, being centered, we're going to go into full breath work, the full exercise. We're going to breathe in to engage, and as we breathe out, we're going to lengthen away. We're going to breathe in, come back to center, keeping our core engaged. We're going to breathe out. We're going to breathe in, keeping control as we change legs. We're going to breathe out. We're going to breathe in, keeping that control. We're going to breathe out. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. We're going to breathe in. Last round, we're going to breathe out. Lovely and centered. Last one, breathing out. And breathing in. Arms down. Give yourself a hug or a stretch. Brilliant. Well done. Really well done. Coming back to rest.